Well, let me say this, guys. Chance is on coming on. He's going to be on in a couple minutes. So, Chance is here. Look at this. Chance is here. I'm just waiting for his camera to hook up. Chance, we're actually on the air right now again.
We're on the air now.
Right away. Yep.
What is going on with StreamYard? Oh my God! Hang on.
I'll mute you. All right, I had to mute. I muted Chance. So let me just say this, guys. Thank you for all the happy birthdays in there, everybody. I appreciate that. I was going to let Chance start the show. It's okay, Chance. Take your time. I was going to start the show tonight with two things. I have a special thing from some of the people that have been on this station in the last 28 years. And I know you'll be able to hear this. So one of them is this guy here from SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, let me play this for you real quick, okay?
This is Squidward Chemical saying happy birthday to Docg. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Sorry, it's not a very good song. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Have a great day, Docg.
Okay, that was just one of the many people that have been here over the years. And I'll just play one more for you guys right now. And let me find her real quick. Of course, Miss Carol Burnett herself was here on this radio station. We saw her in New Jersey, and we approached her and we said, Carol, you're an amazing woman. Can we interview you? She said, absolutely, yes. Talk to my agent. So this is what she says to us.
On the Hamilton Radio Network. Hi, this is Carol Burnett. You're listening to this radio show on the Hamilton what? Hi, this is Carol Burnett. You're listening on the Hamilton Radio Network.
Okay, I hope you guys can hear that. So anyway, let's get back to this show. And Chance will be right back in a minute, guys. I just want to make sure that everybody can join us, whoever's going to be here. First of all, again, I want to say thank you. It's been a very crazy day here with me. There's friends that are stranded. They need rides. There's people that I have commitments to and obligations, and their cars broke down. And it's just been a crazy, crazy day of trying to juggle friends and family with certain things. But I do want to play this one thing before Chance comes on, and then we're going to play his intro song when he's ready. And I want you to hear this song that I just made. Okay, ready? This is it. It's called I Am Divine. Get it back to where we're supposed to be here. Oh, come on. Why is it giving me a hard time? Okay, here we go. We just wrote this song. Thank you, WI. Thank you. Thanks, Diane. Yes, hold on one second. Hold on one second, Chance. Hold on, Chance. Hold on one second. Go ahead, Chance. Go ahead. You can play it now. Go ahead. That's all right. Go ahead.
good day?
It's been a crazy day.
Oh boy. Hey, Doc, send John and Brian a link right now, will you?
If I can do it. Hold on.
Send
You
them
do
a
the
link.
invite. I'll do the invite. Hold on.
Okay. I'm trying to get in the mood.
I hear you. Go ahead, Chance. You introduce it then.
Holy cow. I got people running in and out of the house. I got the dogs barking. I got my son over there. He's giving me dirty looks. Let's see. Okay. So, and StreamYard. Doc, I think we ought to go back to sending the links out to StreamYard about 15 minutes before so they don't do this to us anymore.
I actually was going to say to you, let's say that the show is going to be on at 4:50 or 4:45, and this way it gives us an extra 15 minutes to get everybody here for whatever time it is.
Yeah, I was supposed to start. We were supposed to start at 4:30, and I've been promoting it all week, and now here we are.
It's
Jumping
all right.
again. Jumping
okay.
again. So I guess since did you send Brian and John a link?
I sent Brian a link. I do need John. I sent John a link. I need Brian's email. What is Brian's email?
Oh, let me send it to him. I can send it to him real quick. Hang on.
Send it to him, and I was just going to say the one thing. I wrote that song, I Am, and I want everybody to know that it's a manifesting song. What it is it's a repetitive verse and chorus over and over again. And when you hear the song, you're supposed to say it. I'm writing a song with the manifesting numbers too, Chance, that you always put up and then you tell people about. So they can have both of them things absolutely for free. It won't cost anything. But if they listen to Hamilton Radio, they can hear it more than maybe 4 or 5 times during the day. So they can say it. Why they hear it, it'll remind them to say it, and it will.
Well, here's what we're going to do now, Doc. Okay, you can take audio off the video that we're shooting right now, and what I want you to do is feed it into AI and see what kind of background they give me.
What do you mean background?
Well, I'm going to sing the song right now. Okay, the manifestation song.
Okay.
And then you record it and run it through the AI program and see if they put it together like what I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah, it's going to be whatever you asked for it. I'll send you what
my voice original because I have to have my recognition.
I understand that, but let me send it to you. I just wrote this like probably an hour ago. There it is.
Okay.
Now, it didn't put the whole song in there, but that's much of it. So let's see. We'll see. Yeah, just remember the chorus is always in between, But everybody out there, thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. My daughters are taking me out to dinner tonight.
Happy birthday, Doc.
Thank you. I've been helping a friend, working with him every day, trying to make some extra money and doing other things and just existing, just trying to get along every day, doing what we got to do. I know everybody's going through the same thing, but it is what it is.
And it's almost over.
Believe me, I don't think any of us can't wait until it's over. just can't wait. We're waiting with bated breath, as they say.
Are you going to play that song?
Oh, the song I was playing?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, I was playing it. Let me try again.
It didn't come on here.
Here you go.
I still hear nothing.
You hear nothing?
Nothing.
See, that's the problem with StreamYard. It doesn't allow you to play the music unless you're playing it through another phone.
Ah. Okay.
But we can do that another time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sing the manifestation song, and then you can put it through AI and see what we get. Okay.
Okay. I don't know how to do what you're talking about, but okay.
Well, I'll explain to you later.
Okay.
Okay. I just got to get it in my mind, get settled down here, and catch a breath. And I'm actually trying to kill a little time while people get on because we told them 4:30, and now here we are at 3:39, and we're on.
No, it's 4:30 my time.
Yeah, 4:30 your time. I told everybody 4:30 Central Time.
Oh no.
You put East Coast time. We're an hour early according to what I told them.
No, it's 4:30 my time because my daughter, I got to pick her up by 6:30 because she's taking me to dinner. So I got to pick her up. She's done at work at 7. So that's why I did 4:30 for you.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is we're going to have a lot of people listening to the replay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get back on track next week. It's not a problem.
Yep. All right. Well,
it's okay, Chance. Things like this happen.
Man, I'm all discombobulated.
And if you don't laugh, how do you cry?
You can see. I don't know if you can see on my face or not, but I'm really not having any stress except for.
I understand.
But because I know what's getting ready to happen, okay. Sea Beach says I need some super fantastic, amazing news today. It's a bad situation here in my life. It's a bad situation in everybody's life right now. Until you get whole with the financial resources that God is going to provide for us, you're no exception. Okay, I'm sorry, but you are not special in this event because we're all being distressed. We're all living Groundhog Day. We're all living a nightmare. Okay, so I got a woman in a mental institution in Ohio, and they ready for this? Her sister, who is a judge in California, found her to be insane, committed her to an institution. Okay. Also, she could steal the $10 million estate. So this woman's sitting in jail so that her sister, the judge in California, can steal the family's estate, who she was the sole heir. A judge in California. Okay. So if you don't think that we, the people, have been fighting a weaponized court system, you are absolutely wrong. Luckily, I have all the details. I'm composing a letter that I'm going to send out to multiple institutions and try to get her out. She won't even be able to participate in the event because they stole her currency too.
Chance, that lady right there, Dodie Augustine, she's been with me at this radio station since the early 90s.
How cool.
She's a loyal freaking friend and a listener. I love her. I love you, Dodie. You know that. She's got a lot of health issues as well. And she's, hopefully the music pulls her out of it every now and then.
What's your shirt? What's your shirt today, Doc? What shirt are you wearing?
Super Dad.
Oh, you're wearing the super. Oh, we're both super today. Okay.
Super Dad.
I have one of those.
It's good.
Okay, Chance, will you quit lollygacking? Okay, I'm going to do the song now. Here we go.
Go ahead.
520-741-8. These are numbers we can't debate. 520-741-8. Come and join us and don't be late. For God has given. I got it wrong. I messed it up. For God wants all of us to have abundance. Anything less would be redundant. 520 741 8. These are numbers we can't debate, 'cause God wants all of us to have abundance. Anything less would be redundant and repugnant. 520 741 8. 520 741 8. Okay, there it is.
I love it.
It was screwed it up terrible, but I did a modulation in the middle. Did you see?
I love it.
I changed it around a little bit. I did a modulation, went half step up. See, so
Here comes Brian. Brian's here.
all right.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
We're already running, but how you doing?
Oh, we are? We're already running?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they didn't give us any nothing. I mean, StreamYard's strikes again, you know.
Okay.
Take it the way we get it, right?
Okay, next week, folks, will be on the right time, 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 East Coast Time.
Yeah.
And 5:30 West Coast Time. Sorry you're late for the party. Hell, we're early for the party. We opened the doors and started letting people in, and nobody was here. Okay, the lady's name that was jailed, her name, I don't know if I can say it on the air.
Just make
I don't think I better, but if you want to send me a email at chancemusic@yahoo.com, I will give you her name, because I'm getting ready to sock it to I'm going to let everybody know. I'm going to be pounding on everybody's door. They forced her to go in for blood tests today. She thinks they're trying to kill her, and I'm not doubting it.
Probably.
When does a judge in the state of California have jurisdiction over what's going on in?
There we go again. Poor Chance. Every time them dogs bark,
Yep.
they
And
drown him out. Hey, John is here. Hey, Chance, John is here. Hey, John.
Awesome. Hey, John.
You can unmute, John.
I thought I did.
You're good.
Yep, you're good.
No, I was running a little bit late because I was busy dealing with the government on phone calls this morning.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what that's like. And I'll give you an example. I call from a special phone, and I still get a dropped call. I talk to an agent or somebody with Social Security, and then as I'm telling them about I need assistance or something, then the call gets dropped. They're supposed to call back in between that time to let me tell them and rate them on how badly they did. And I do sometimes. Let me get centered there. And then if the drone comes in, I just do that. See. So I did it again, and then I got a call back from a number I don't recognize. Then I called it back, thinking it was one of their numbers. No, it's just some civilian number that they don't know what's going on. So people don't understand my training and background. And when I see these kind of really weird activities, it's for a reason. So when they say on the callback, they quoted some other number. Well, I bounce it off of a satellite, so maybe it's not going to give the same number that's actually to this phone. So what's interesting is that they gave some other number, and I said, no, that's not it, and they're already disconnected. See what I mean?
So, John, I want Chance to introduce you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chance.
This is former Secret Service agent, Mr. John Carman. We've had the privilege of having him on the show last week.
I'll put my hat
And
on.
he worked with a lot. He worked with a lot of very, very bad people, but he was a good man doing good work in a very difficult situation. And for all his loyalty, patriotism, and everything else that he provided, he was treated like a redheaded stepchild after the fact. So, with that in mind,
Worse.
but here's the thing, John. I'm gonna save the news on the RV. What's getting ready to happen? I'm gonna save it because I've got huge news. And are you holding currency, John?
Not at the moment.
Well, no. I mean, you know what I mean.
No, I have currency in the bank. I have backup currency that I'm dwindling seriously right now. Oh, somebody posted something about the dinar. The dinar is a useless thing. I've had people try to sell me truckloads of dinars, and I have Iraqi contacts, and all I have to do is say, hey, have you guys got a new president yet? No, we don't. That's part of the military-industrial complex that went from right to left or left to right in the Middle East. Take out the country, take out Saddam Hussein, take out whatever leader, like Gaddafi was another one. And then they dwindle it down, and they don't have a gold standard or oil or whatever they're doing. They control these people like puppets that they are, not willingly, of course. Some of them are fighting like Gaddafi was a good guy. And there's no backup. So until they do that, I've had a person tell me, oh, you're going to get noticed on a email to go into a bank. Now, here's the kicker. You got to hear this. Go into a Wells Fargo. They're going to notify you by email to come in, give them a certain password or number, and they're supposed to give you like a couple $100,000 worth of cash, U.S. bills, based on this Iraqi dinar thing because they have some sort of a trade thing or something going on. I wouldn't walk into a bank with anything that Wells Fargo or anybody gave me, or let alone a note. That was pretty vicious. Woof. Woof. They agreed. Don't go to Wells Fargo. But nobody should be going into any bank, handing them a note of any kind, or even trying to discuss something, because what if some bad guy called up on the phone and said, I'm going to send a guy in, no matter what they look like. They're going to give you a certain code, and they want you to empty your cash register immediately and give them the money and don't say anything, or something's going to happen. Think about it. People are really dumb, and I've seen cases where people actually did do something where they took a note in innocently thinking that they were doing the right thing. They gave them cash, they walked out, and then later got arrested because it was actually a bank demand note type of a deal. So, there's a lot of strange things going on with the banks, a lot of unusual activity, and I don't like what I see. And I enforce the Currency Money Reporting Act at the border. So when you come through the border, you, as a person out of the country, citizen or not, are required by law to report it to me as a U.S. Customs official. I don't have to ask. Under the law, I don't have to ask, but I'll do it if I feel like it and I see the indicators. Anything over $10,000 or its effects. So if I've got a real rare coin here, Geronimo brass coin token, and it's worth over $10,000, I have to declare it. But it has to be a negotiable instrument. If it's not recognized, you don't have to declare it. Let's say I have a check, and I presented a check at the border, or its equivalent, functional equivalent, which means airport, land, seaport. I don't think we're doing tunnels this week, but you get the idea. Military bases. And if I have a check made out to my name and $5 million, and it has been endorsed on the other side, I don't have to declare it. As soon as I go across the bank, fill it out, put it in the bank, or cash it somewhere else. But you don't have to. Those are little intricacy type things that most people don't know. But it's like taking the same check, $5 million, fly to France, to the nearest border, to Switzerland, and you can walk right across the border with a folded up check in your pocket and don't have to declare it till you walk into the bank, sign it. Now it's negotiable. Anyway, did I go off subject a little bit, or?
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, so I want to interject in a moment, for just a moment, because I need to set the stage. So a lot of people now, this is something to consider. This is for the collective, right? You are sharing in different points of views where John, as our guest, he is expressing a lot of technicalities, different point of attention. A lot of it is related to the past, right? Much of it is related to things that have transitioned. It does not necessarily mean, because there's a complex mechanism of how things shift transdimensionally. And when I say transdimensionally means we get a giant multidimensional candy basket. So even though he says, and again, whatever's related to the dinar or to his contacts to the information, that is a separate realm. Okay. The concept of realms is individual and collective agreements for the journey. So you're getting a more expanded point of view. So that's what I need you to keep in mind as you listen to him versus Chance's versus mine. Again, they all coincide. They all represent some form of energy as to how we've all been sharing this journey. So no matter what our points of view are, please focus on you, right? You could take what he says as legitimate, or you could take it and just understand it from however you wish. Same for Chances, same for me. But in the end, I still encourage you pick you and you wait and see for whatever show, timeline, when it ends, how it transitions. It doesn't matter at this point, right? We know that there is a great energetic shift and change. So that is what everyone should focus on in the end.
Brian, let me add to that real quick before somebody else says something. The situation that everybody's in right now is lack of currency, with lack of money, right? So when I interview people or talk to people that are for financial coaching, the first thing I ask them is, what is your currency, what funds you have, and what is available? They usually tell me, I have money set aside in case it goes up. So what I always tell them is, why don't you pay your bills off and live comfortably until save some? You can save some, but don't save it all, because that time may never come. That time may just be another year or 2 years away. We don't even know that. So just live comfortably with what you have and save a little bit. Try to pay your bills off as best you can and live a good life, because we're all worried about the money going up, but it may never evaluate that high. We may never get to that point.
But here's the problem, and this is a problem. People don't know how to govern their emotional body, okay? Right. Because they don't know that their whole entire emotional realm governs their reality. They're always stressed. They're always looking outside. Therefore, it's not equal in any given scenario. You can say that till you're blue in the face, and we already know the outcome in this like scaled frequency. The ones that are paying attention have preparedness of some caliber. They will benefit. Everyone else doesn't matter because they already picked, right? So we can only wish those, whether they're family members, friends, best of luck. Seriously. Because, I mean, it's going to be so clever. And the reason why I'm using the word clever in what we're about to see as a transition, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be both light and dark playing out in different cities with different locations, because they're not created equal either. So it's going to be a giant pile, a dog pile of some sorts. You're going to have tons of people in the dog pile, And you're going to have tons of people outside the ring of the dog pile looking at them and going, I don't know what you're doing, but that don't make sense to me. That's why I'm outside looking in. So that's how it works. Okay.
Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate it. I pulled it up, and I haven't looked at it with a black light, so I did. I put a black light, then I put a regular light on it, and you could see the holographic embedded horse head, which I didn't notice before. But a lot of these security features on these things are usually intact. The problem is if it's not authorized, there's stuff missing on some of the other features. And every time they come out with a new US bill, like $100 Ben Franklin, besides the old security strip that you could bite and pull out, and this one has one in there too. But I just happen to have them laying around over here because I already went through that and I already studied the case on that. I don't anticipate that they're going to get justified and come in and say, okay, we got a president, we got a flag, it's based on gold or oil or whatever, and then start a new country. I have Iraqi contacts. I happened to see one this morning by accident. I'm not planning anything. I was just barely trying to get back to finish my lunch real quick, grab a bite to eat, and go, okay, you guys already sent me a link. Perfect timing, right? But Secret Service was a very good background. I learned about counterfeits too, documents, passports. You'll never meet another person with my background, hopefully, with my bad experiences and bad luck stuff because I'm a whistleblower. But I processed approximately 4 to 5 million humans at the border. I kind of joke about it when I say that because you never know, maybe another thing slipped in or not. That's a lot of documents. That's a lot of documents and driver's license plates, stuff like that. So I am a more than qualified expert on passports, documents, counterfeit currencies, and all these other things. It doesn't take that much to learn it. But even my own passport, which was upgraded since the last one, the card and the book, they always upgrade security features in them. I encourage everybody to get an updated passport. Even the federally approved driver's license or ID card in your respective state, once they look at a current passport, not expired, then you can be federally approved. You can jump on a plane and fly domestically. But if it's federally approved, you can go into federal facilities because they've basically proven you're a U.S. citizen or something. But they're tying in all the databases to these information sources. You could technically fly to Japan, just picking Japan as an example, without a visa for 6 months. But you could technically get on an international flight with that ID or driver's license because it's federally approved. But they're doing a lot of finagling with all the documentation. They're gathering more than necessary to get enough information on people, including close-up photos of the eyes. They haven't done the retinal scan just yet. They haven't taken your blood sample in that fashion yet, but they're going towards a digital thing all the way through. If they do that, they're tracking you everywhere you go.
Yeah, but I have a question real quick, John. So my question
Brian.
is, do you see like a higher vibrational future? Like, do you see a different future versus the one that wants to perpetually take, like within these aspects that you're talking about, like within the transition of the documents? Like,
well, I can answer that because I'm just spilling out information sometimes. Sometimes I just start talking and rambling off stuff.
Okay.
Because God is telling me to unload certain information. But I've operated at a much higher level for years, and I've only been able to recently identify it since I was a kid, and then working up to 2017, where I actually had paranormal incidents here in this actual apartment next to a church with some sort of other, maybe a higher religious purpose and all that. You know, I mean, yeah, your guardian angel's on your right. I woke up in the middle of 3 o'clock in the morning. It's always 3 to 3:30. That is the angelic hour. Some people say it's something else. And I said, well, that's one time where I heard my name specifically said by what sounded like a white male, 25 to 30, in English, American raised. That's a big deal because when I worked at the border, I could tell the difference between somebody who's been raised here or not raised here, what type of slang they use, accents, and all these other things. So another time, it was a female voice said my name, John Carman. That got my attention. White female, blonde hair, blue eyes thing, something. I'm profiling mentally. Telepathic. I didn't say anything. I did not respond with a vocal cord intentionally. So there are a lot of changes going on. And I've been trying to tell people for a couple of years recently. I just ran into somebody in a postal annex because I was faxing to the government document stuff. This lady's daughter's birthday is today. Okay, that's prophetic. 6/6, whatever. And what time was she born? Things like that. And then turns out we sort of started interchanging a little information because I'm engaging her back. And I say, oh, yeah, my birthday's 4/13. Well, 3/13 is another prophetic number connected to my name. If you do the gematria, frame 313 of the Zapruder film. She didn't know what that meant. A lot of people don't know, but there's a lot of other numbers that are connected and all that. So I was talking to this guy. He was running my name. He's running these license plate number things, 666. I swear. A dozen, just over a dozen in the last year and a half in the local area. I worked at the border and processed millions, and I never once saw that I was going to see these plates until recently. So it's like right in my face in a traffic stop, 666 MEN, Oregon plate. And I'm looking at the guy thinking, white male, a little bit of a goatee. Should I engage him? So I say hello. And I hesitated because I just didn't feel the energy in that way. But I'm operating at a much higher level. And I've reminded people they need to get out of this lower level.
You got muted, John, but that really wasn't what I was asking. I was at even though I'm asking, like, do you see a better future? Oh, okay, Chance.
I don't know where he went. Anyway, somebody put something up on the board, on the screen here about yes, everything that John experienced was on a completely different vibrational level and plane than what we are in now. And it's good to understand what he's saying, but that's a subject for a show. He ought to really have his own show. Okay.
That's for sure. That's for
okay.
sure.
He really needs to have his own show. And the reason is because we have a program here that has a certain criteria, and our criteria is to help the people that are sick, to help the people that are suffering, to help the people, each other, with financial advice, and help the people that are having legal problems. I'm getting a message here. Hang on.
Well, that's okay. I'll speak while you're doing the message.
Yeah, go ahead.
So keep in mind, I can tell from the collective energy some tension, and that's fine. That's normal. But you need to understand that this is a precursor, just so you know, to things that are going to happen, regardless if you believe it or not. So please have a very big heart and open perspective. Okay? And yeah, go ahead, Chance.
All I'm going to say is what I want people to understand is we cannot move forward until we find out where we have been in the past, and sharing other people's experiences is part of that in the past. But we are dealing in the here and now, and we are breaking out of the matrix. And regardless of what happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what is happening now is the Iraqi dinar is revaluing its currency. Okay. Whether anybody else believes it or not, then here is your RV news that you've been waiting for. Okay. Here it is. Comes out in the Gazette. The financial information is coming out in the Gazette this week. I do not get my information from the internet. Okay. Keep that in mind. I do not get my information from the internet. I get my information from inside sources. Okay. I develop these sources only through the grace of God because I don't have the history in law enforcement and everything that John did, but I do have my own niche. Okay. And the people want to hear what I have to say, and then I'll say it, and then other people can jump in. But listen, we got prayers to do. Here's what's going on. Okay. It's going to be in the Gazette no later than Saturday. And on Sunday, I think it's going to become public. It was showing up at $3.61 on the Forex back screens yesterday. Okay. This was sent to me by the intake officer. Okay. Everything that happened in the past is very important, but we are dealing in the here and now and getting out of the damn matrix. Okay. Yeah, we know George Bush was married to a man. We don't know where his daughters came from. Yeah, we know that of all the corruption and that the royal family is reptilians. We know all that. Okay.
Hey, can I kind of...
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a point of view about John. So if John was in the thick of it, think of it this way, where it's not necessarily him that's being kicked off the show. Okay. Think logically that maybe they don't want him to say something where he's not supposed to say it. So he's being removed, which essentially means he's targeted. Okay. We all are honoring our journey. If you are the right frequency, again, it's all energy dynamics. If you are right for certain frequencies, that's what you get. If you say, I am a targeted individual, you just have to look in the mirror. And that is exactly what
now he's calling me. Now he's calling me.
Well,
hang on.
So,
yeah, but tell him we have no control over what happened. I have no control over it.
Yeah. So this is a perfect example of someone who was in the thick of it. All right. So appreciate the perspective that you got in a very small fashion, because this is all real. Like all this stuff is just, your world, your reality. So while Chance is talking with John on the phone, I'm going to go a little bit spiritual on your guys' butt, just a little bit. Not that that's anything new. So here's one thing I think that many of you should appreciate. And I'm going to talk about our world and how we have light and dark. Okay. The reason why I want people to understand, especially those that are religious or those that continuously say, oh, all dark entities are going to be removed and, this and that, and it's going to be perfect, it's going to be heavenly. That in general would be a very loose truth, but also you can't remove two sides of the same coin. You can't. It's nearly impossible. And the reason is, I will give you a scenario, and it is well documented because there are actually quite a few planets that have been involved and have experienced this. Imagine you're on a very Earth-like Earth template, right? Everyone is vibrating high. They're all in their love factor. They're in their joy. They deny their own inner demons. They deny their darkness. They deny everything of whatever evil or anything representation as such. What do you think happens to a civilization that denies a part of themselves? Your own inner darkness denies it all. So you have a scale. And again, this is your creator here. Your creator, whatever you want to call it, God or source, operates both sides of the scale, the light and the shadow. How do you get the shadow? The light has to cast the shadow. Very important formula for understanding. So I'll tell you what happened to these civilizations, because I've actually kind of seen, again, outside looking in, what it looks like. They fell. They actually got taken over. And I'm talking like almost genocide, because they weren't paying attention. They didn't have an idea of preparedness. They didn't have any idea, oh, we should, arm ourselves with sticks or weapons, because they were all about this love and peace factor. They nearly got wiped out. Well documented. Right in the higher realms. You can, I dare say, you could go on a Federation ship, look into the archives. So why I'm saying this, why it's really, really important for the humans to understand, is you keep that idea of preparedness. You keep your weapons, your sticks, your guns. You be love and peace. And the moment that is taken over, is removed, you defend and fight for your right to live. And because this planet has gone through it, we're going to choose us in the future. Future us, even though we may join some type of federation, and again, I don't work, I work like with the Federation in the higher realms, not for them, because they're a bit too sketchy still for accountability's sake. You're going to pick a side in the future, and that future is the humans are going to pick themselves, and we're going to do right by defending our rights, because we already know that we didn't like what we played in the 3D realm, so it will never happen again. And that's an actual powerful journey in understanding. Whether you choose to be reincarnated in a higher version of Terra, the Earth, or whatever, you're going to appreciate how everything plays out and where we're going to. And yes, I encourage everybody, you better enjoy your 1,000 years of peace, because I'm dead. We're due for another space war. So that's all I'm going to say. And not that it's uncommon. I'm talking about at a very large energy dynamics galactic scale. We really are. It's going to be very interesting. So, yeah. All right, Chance.
That's what we're going to do, is we're going to enjoy that 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be in a med bed and live a couple lifetimes before it be all that. But let us continue with the intel. Okay. So it's coming out Saturday, and in the Gazette, and we will be getting notifications anytime between Sunday and Wednesday. Now, I wasn't putting John down, Tara. I'm just saying we have a criteria here at the show, and we're trying to make sure we take the criteria in the way that it's supposed to be going. Anyway, here's the deal. Kent Dunn may be right. The emails may start on Tuesday, but I've heard from the intake officer today the emails are going to start Sunday through Wednesday, And I have a lot of galactic friends too. Okay?
Me too.
And you got to remember, everything's frequency, everything's vibration. Okay? And the vibration and the frequencies that existed when John was rocking and rolling and doing his thing were in the majority of being of being evil. It was all evil stuff. I mean, there was so much tomfoolery going on from the time even Eisenhower was in there. My God, do you think maybe Eisenhower looked like that because she was a man? Of course she was. I mean, you know, my God. I mean, everybody got to wake up to what was going on. Now,
Yeah.
John's going to try to come in about a half hour. So what's going on? The Iraqi dinar is showing on the back screens at $3.61. And when it gets up to $3.91, that's supposed to be the magic number, and everything's supposed to go boom, boom, click, click, happy, happy, joy, joy. Okay, so that's what we're expecting. And then as you know, the Federal Reserve was chopped up into 12 different sections of the United States, and each one of those sections are going to be notified. Valiant Thor is still here. That's right. He was here in Eisenhower's time, and he's here now. And I remember seeing the National Enquirers with him on the front. Yeah, it was kind of cool. And so everybody thought the National Enquirer was hokey pokey crap. But what was funny is Kolchak, the Night Stalker television show. If anybody remembers that show, he says the rags. He says they got more information and more truth than any of the publications in the world. He was talking about the Inquirer and the Star. It was right. He was right. They told you. That was a cabal telling you right there. That was one of their shows. Okay. Now, my guess is within 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to be notified and you're going to have your appointment set. Now, I got to remember that there's 100,000 people. 100,000 people, okay, that are, no, well, that's not right. It's 10,000, 10,000, 10 million. See, I'm so flustered, I can't even keep my numbers straight. Okay, I got a routine of doing this show, and I have everything in my mind how I want to do it, and then when something gets thrown out, I'm just, oh God, I'm a mess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I really am sorry.
No, but Chance, try to bring the people. They're arguing back and forth. We want them all to be.
Yeah, we all got to be on the same page. Everything. I want nothing but positivity, but
Right.
everything.
That's what I'm trying to relate to. Yep.
But
Well,
yeah,
I want objective neutrality.
Right.
That's
There
that's
you
your best friend, and I'm astonished because I set the terms and conditions, but it's the energy dynamics. So you could feel the difference in his journey versus our journey. Of course, there's like a little more tension because the concepts, the information, the dialogue, pitch, it is an overload of senses of a different caliber. And that is something that a neutral observer can navigate. Okay. Now, to answer Maureen's question, where she said, "Is everyone going to be on the same page or something?" And I was like, "Oh no, that would be impossible." It's so. Here again, let me give you the uptake on the show, and I mean the show from the individual's perspective. The show is for them, the people. Everything. It's not for you. You're wanting to watch how the people react. That's the show you want to watch. You want to pay attention so you can understand the formula. So you can scratch your head and think, holy cow, does it really have to get this stupid? And then, and you're just looking this way. And then you look straight forward and you go, wow, they're actually doing pretty good in that state. And in this state, you just don't even know. You're like, I give up. California, I'm sorry. Good luck. And you give them a thumbs up or something. So that is what you're wanting to see. It's not the politics. It's not the acting. You want to see the big reveal, but you want to see how your other humans react, because again, it is what? It's a reset. It's an ascension process. So there's going to be both light and dark playing out simultaneously. It's not an easy fix. A lot of people think, oh yeah, this will take a year. We don't know how long it's going to take. A year? When someone told me that it'll take a year for stability, I was like, if it does, then we really got lucky. That's my point of view. However, everyone operates differently emotionally. The ones that will do the very best out of everybody is going to be the kids. The kids will be able to navigate easily because of their less toxicities in their system, and they haven't been around as long.
Right.
They will function best. So they will be your best cheerleaders for the moms and pops and grandparents. Okay. There you go, Chance.
The software that pulls up the phone, I'm trying to get it back on, won't come on. I got the browser open. I'm trying to open it. It's not there. They eliminated the software for the phone. Whoever it was, eliminated it. It's gone off the laptop, completely gone. I can't bring the phone up. You understand?
Probably, yeah.
So there is something going on here. I don't know what it is, but it's not there. I can't open it.
Something's happening here.
Appreciate this.
What it is ain't exactly clear. There was a man with a gun over there telling us we got to beware. Think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Okay? There. That just absolutely expressed everything that's happened in this show so far. Okay? And this has been the biggest clusterfuck. I didn't say any bad words. Okay. Okay. I want to get serious here for a minute. Okay. Okay. I started talking about this at the beginning of the show, and everybody now I'm getting messages and emails about this. Okay. Let me tell you about the lady. She's in Youngstown, Ohio. Okay. I'm going to tell this story. Anybody wants to know who the lady is, I'll tell you, because I'm getting ready to do a big whistleblower thing on this, okay? Her name is Mary Helena, and I'm not going to say her last name, okay? And she lives in Youngstown, Ohio, and right now, because they got her in a mental house, under a mental supervision, a mental team, and committed to this house, okay? By her sister, who is a California judge. So what do we have? We have a California judge that got with another person, and I've got all the documents here. John, I understand that, but they've blocked Doc's phone. They've blocked it. He can't pull it up.
Well, come on.
Okay, so let's go back to Mary Helena. Mary Helena is a prisoner in this house, okay? And what they've done is Mary Helena was institutionalized, found guilty of a crime she didn't commit, and denied due process. But the problem is her sister, who is a judge in California, violated the RICO Act and got people in Ohio together to go against her because she was the only heir in a $10 million estate. So if they keep her in the mental institution, they got the house up for sale now. So I guess it's a $5 million house or something that's gorgeous. And this is a violation of the RICO Act. This is collusion. At the very least, it's malfeasance on a treasonous level. It's warring against the people. It's I mean, I could come up with 10 or 12 different charges, but I've been a third-hand witness to most of this stuff, and I am going to start my whistleblower campaign on Monday. They will not let her fax any information to me. They will not let her. They'll barely let her call me. And then they got somebody sitting right over her, make sure she says the right things. Okay. All for this. It's all for the love of money. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I think, I really want to know the truth. I think money is evil, but it's a necessary energy conduit that we have to have because we have not raised our vibrations high enough to manifest on our own. Would you agree with that statement, Brian?
We have to break the cycle of what materialism means to us individually, because money isn't necessary in the higher realms. There's no need for it.
Right.
Barter and trade is what you have. So this is also what I want to encourage people. Send your strongest warriors to aid her, right? I don't care if they're light beings or demons. I'm telling you, give them night terrors. I don't care. I'll play dirty too. If you can navigate the dark, you can send dark forces to go against dark. They love it. So call on all teams. Help her out, because this is garbage. And I actually don't approve of this. Because being put in a funny farm.
Now we were talking about another thing. Okay, I wanted to talk about another thing. I got a lady in Arizona. Okay, I'm going there as soon as I'm liquid. Docg, I'm going there as soon as I'm liquid. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is gonna blow your mind. Okay, so we'll probably have a camera crew with me when I do it, because it's gonna blow your mind. Because I'm literally gonna break her out of there, because I've got documents that I can serve on them that'll just get her free. Okay. But I got to do it in person. I can't do it here. Now, we got a lady in Arizona. She called me yesterday. She barely has a phone. She has no email. She has no fax machine. She has no computer. And Chance, you got to help me. You got to help me. Somebody told me you could help me. Okay, 57 years old. COVID ruined her business. I understand that. She had a good business. Okay, I understand a business getting ruined by COVID. But she's living in a house and somebody's paying all her expenses. I said, "How are you buying your food?" "Well, the guy that's providing me with the house is buying me the food, but I can't get out of here until I've got to be out of here by July." And I said, "What social services have you gone to get assistance with?" Ready for this? She said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Okay. I said, you could have got this guy rent assistance. You could have gotten food stamps. You could have got energy assistance. You're costing him a fortune to put you up in a house by yourself, and you're not doing anything to compensate him with the programs that are available on this side of the RV. Does everybody understand what I'm just saying? Am I saying something that nobody understands? Okay. I'm trying to be straight. And I told her, I said, you've got to take charge of your life. I'm not going to mention her name. You wouldn't know her anyway. And I did. In fact, I don't think I ever talked to her before either. But my God, lady, I'm telling you, there's programs out there. So I said, start with the Department of Human Services. Get yourself some food stamps. Get yourself some rent assistance. Maybe if he was getting the money and didn't have to flip the bill for you. I mean, nobody's liquid enough to be able to support another person. Nobody. I mean, we did it. And when I say we, I mean you guys and me did it, helping with my son here. Now my son is finally, praise the Lord, he's getting Social Security. We fought and fought for a year. We fought. Okay. Now he's getting Social Security and he can pay for himself. Hi, Roy. And it gives him a better sense of himself because that's his money. It's not it's straw man money. It's his money. He earned that money. Okay. And they sit here and they made him for over a year just feel like a piece of crap, and social to say that we need social reform is an understatement. That's what the RV is, folks. The RV is a social reform, and the humanitarians are the workers for the social reform. Okay, if you don't know that, get it through your head. Okay, now I talked to a good man last week. I think I may have said this last week, but he's so scared of going in for his currency exchange. And I said, listen, brother, you've read the paperwork. You've got your paperwork. And I understand, John, you don't get that stuff. I understand that. And John, after I'm liquid, I am glad to help you. But you've got a 25,000 dinar note, and it's going to come up where you can go take that and cash that in at $3.91 each. Okay? That's what's going on. That $25,000 note you waited for. Okay? Now, I have been so dedicated to the RV. I am so dedicated to the true light, not the light of Satan, but the true light of Yeshua and Yahweh. I am so dedicated to that I have been invested in this for 13 years, and I have gradually bought this, gradually bought that. For 13 years, when you gradually do this and you stick with something, then you're putting positive energy into that direction. And that's what you all have been doing, the same thing. That's why we are exiting the matrix. That's why we are exiting the vibrations that John experienced back in his day. And so as we are exiting, we're going to be able to help a lot of people. We're going to be able to change a lot of things. Okay. And listen, I don't have the best vocabulary in the world. I'm not a smooth talker like Brian or even John or anything like that. I'm just a regular guy. But I do tell you what I talk. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how I talk. Okay, bread and butter, peas and carrots. Okay, steak and potatoes, bacon and eggs, biscuits and gravy. Regular guy stuff. That's how I talk to people. Now, I do have a lot of legal and lawful knowledge as I am a constitutional lawyer. But remember, a constitutional lawyer has no degree. It means student of the law. I'm not lying about being an attorney. I'm not lying about that. I am a student of the law. Lawyer means student of the law. I'm a constitutional student of the law, but I study the backside and the future side. The backside is the statutes, codes, and ordinances, and the future side is God's law and common law, which are the only two laws there really are. So John, the 800 numbers are going to come out. Now he's listening. The 800 numbers are going to come out. I'm going to post them on my website. And it's going to be chancemcfadden.com. You will see. I will put the 800 numbers. We are all suffering financially and physically, waiting on the RV, Nassar, and military med beds, doc bag. Absolutely. And it's real. Okay. We have exited. We are in the process of exiting the matrix. We're not out of it yet, but we're damn close. Okay.
But you are energetically. You're just waiting to shift to where you see it on a physical timeline basis.
Right.
You've already committed to the idea of preparedness. And then when you finally are there, you go back to school. And he's right about the laws, because there's only two laws: the law of the land and the law of people. So that's where you're going to. It's not the law of corporations. It's going to be a whole new dynamics and ball field. And
all
you're-
the
go ahead.
no, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
And you're going to want to learn to represent yourself. You're going to be encouraged as you elevate to where there's this equal scales, you on one side, someone on the other. You don't hire attorneys. You get educated by the attorney to represent you. That's the difference. I don't think people are ready for that. So a lot of it is super different in a higher human mentality. Your mind's gonna be boggled by what you're gonna have to do just to maintain your sovereignty. Yep. Okay.
It's so sad about my friend Maureen. She lives in Minneapolis, Iowa, about 30 minutes from me. And she has a granddaughter who is about 18 years old now. And she's in a bed. And she has never stood. She can wiggle her legs a little tiny bit, and she can't use her arms, and she can't use her hands. Doc, I've talked to you about Maureen's granddaughter before.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. Law, land, air, and water. That's where the cabal's jurisdiction is. Okay, well, Maureen's granddaughter is still alive. She's going to high school, and she's graduated. But she had one of those computers and the stylus in her mouth, and she went like this to fill out the classes. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. And she told Maureen, and Maureen told me, she says, Chance, she says, all she wants to do is one thing in her life. And I said, what's that, Maureen? She says, she wants to dance. She just wants to dance. Could you imagine being stuck where you can only move your head and your mouth? Quadriplegic. Okay. You are right, Irish lassie. The med beds have been in use for years. It's only the privileged that got to use them. Helping the children in the tunnels. They are using them on they are using med beds on the Mercy ships right now. And there's still people in there. And I'm going to tell you something that I've been told not to say, but it's been a long time since I've been told not to say it. So I'm going to say it anyway. And if I get my hand slapped by the white hats, then fine. I know John doesn't believe in the white hats, but they're real, brother. I know. I got contacts. Anyway, some of these children, I was going to say people. I meant people and children. People and children have been damaged so bad in the tunnels, they can only handle X amount of treatment in the med bed.
Oh, okay. Well, that was interesting. So he's actually not wrong, but if they're extremely or heavily damaged, they are going to be kind of taken elsewhere. And I would also say kind of like outside your planet. And that's where they are. So they'll have their own, I guess, unique circumstances, whatever pertains to their journey, whether they go to another planet or if they're clones, the clones are looked after. So
I was just kicked off just then.
I know.
And guess what? Guess what I said? I said I may get in trouble for saying this. Do you remember the first thing before they kicked me off?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try to tell you this again. Some are so bad they can only take so much healing at a time. Their bodies are so abused and mental issues and stuff. And I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay. Okay. Right now, if there were no white hats, Hillary Clinton would be president, and you all would be living in one of the
Tent.
FEMA camps in Des Moines, okay, or someplace else. That's where you'd be.
Yeah.
And on another timeline, that's happening. Kent Dunn's been to that timeline. He's seen it happen. Okay. I know we go in a direction that John may not think too much of. He may think it's ooga booga, it's spook talk, and vibration frequencies, and ghosts and clones, and people wearing masks and reptilians and stuff like that. But let me tell you, folks, it's real. I'm telling you, I've seen it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. And if this kid is watching this, no offense to you, brother. Okay, if you're a brother. There was a kid that works at Walmart. He's Nick. His name's Nick. He works at Walmart in Burlington, Iowa. Big head. Very protruding forehead. Talks real different. Not with an accent, just like on a different level. And I told Mickey when we were going through the line one time, I said, Nick, that guy ain't human. Now, I don't think he's a reptilian, but I don't know what the hell he is. And if you don't think there ain't people like that walking around in a skin suit, you're out of your mind. You just got to be awake enough to, I believe it. I have too. I have too. We're all of a different frequency. That's why harmony, frequency, and vibration, harmony coming together in the perfect combination is what we are going to need, and we're going to appreciate in this 1,000 years of prosperity and peace. Okay? So keep in mind, that's the goal. That is the goal. Now, I'm trying to raise my vibration every day with the 520-7418. I'm trying and guess what? It's working. We are getting, okay, I'm gonna tell you what's happening, okay? I'm just gonna tell you. There's a guitar company that I've been working with. They're sending me guitars. I don't have to pay for them until I get them. Get them sold, until I get them sold. I manifested that. And they're happy to work with me because sales are so bad. And I'm going to work with them, and I'm going to be pushing their products very hard, trying to re-establish my store. Now, after the RV, I won't need anything. I won't need any help from anybody. But what I was trying to say about the currency thing was I've been saving currency for 13 years. Now, you guys, John made a wonderful point. Do not go to the effing bank. I hate the effing bank. I hate it. All of them. All of them. They have victimized us. They've turned us into citizens. They've turned us into slaves. I hate them. And I have actually talked. Thank you, dear. I have had a talk with several guys that are holding close to as much currency as I am. Yeah, they kicked me off. And we're talking about starting our own bank. And the purpose of the bank is basically going to be a holding company. And it's not going to be for profit. It's going to be for safety. Because safety, convenience, to protect and serve, just like it used to be on the police cards. And that's what we need with the new generation of banksters, not the same old Wells Fargo bullshit, because excuse my language, bullshit. And John was right. They're all crooks. I mean, he said he's got a lot of things that he's saying that is just absolutely dead on. But here's the thing. Stay away from the banks. I'm going to go with the credit unions. I've got about 40 credit unions around here, and that's where my account's going to be. I'm not going to have no motherlode account in no. But let me explain to you what's going on. Judy in Florida, you know who you are. If you're listening to me or you watch the rerun, you call me. Okay? Through her donation to me of physical currency, I have too much to go to the bank. They will not be able to handle it. The bank turns around and resells the currency to a sovereign buyer. That's how it works. And the sovereign buyer redeems it through the country. And each step, everybody makes money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be skipping the bank, and I will go directly to the sovereign buyer. Okay? Now, why does that? The only way I can explain it to you in bread and butter, peas and carrots terms is it's the difference between getting a nickel and getting 14 cents. Okay? That's the difference between a nickel and 14 cents. I'm not saying per currency, but like, I got this to sell. I'll give you a nickel for it. Well, I'll give you 14 cents over here. Okay, I'll take the 14 cents. Okay, and that is what I am going to do. And I have Judy in Florida, get a hold of me, because that offer was extended to you also. Okay, so I can be your representative and do that for you, and that will be the difference between you receiving a nickel and you receiving 14 cents. Now, the reason these banks want to give you all these perks, and there's 135 perks. Remember what Kent Dunn said? And he's right. There are 135 perks. They're going to give you this, they're going to give you that, and everything else. You know why they're going to give it to you? Because they're going to make a heck of a lot of cash off of your redemption. This is why I've been telling everybody, get your money out of the banks. Get your money out of the banks. Jen up in Indiana. Jen. We've talked 3 times in the last 3 days. Okay, your husband, soulmate, baby daddy, whatever he is, he's got a good chunk of money. How much does it make me to put in my pocket? How much do I get in my pocket for telling him to get his money out of the bank and put it in a firebox? That don't make me a damn dime. Okay? I'm trying to protect him, and I don't even know him. That's what a superhero does. They try to help somebody they don't even know. They want nothing but the best for them, and that's what I'm trying to do for all of you. I'm the coach. You guys are the players. I'm the guy with the big mouth. I'll scream if you throw that pass and miss a 3-foot pass. I'm going to scream at you. Why'd you miss a 3-foot pass?
It would make more sense. Like, if you have all that money in the bank, just put it in the Wise account at Vietnamese, and when you need to pay your bills, then you just shift it over, right? But of course, at the same time, you want to have another preparedness.
He asked a question, Brian. It was really good. I'm going to tell you why I'm addressing it. Docg says, I thought QFS will eliminate derivative banking. It does. But what you got to realize is, if you put all your faith in the quantum financial system, and I do have a lot of faith in it, I'd say 75% of it, but I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket anywhere. I'm putting my eggs over here and here and here in 40 different credit unions. That's why I'm doing it. And it'll all be controlled by the quantum financial system.
Yeah, but
listen to this. No matter what side of the fence we favor, our reactions are a display of our frequencies and where we need to do some work while time allows. Fixations on RV dollars is telling. That's right, it is. I'm just talking about it now because that's what people expect on this show. I got other things to worry about than money. I've got a guy that I worked with that was very good to me, and I'm going to hire him as as my manager, as my financial manager. And I'm just gonna tell you, I don't want to have to worry about it. If I see somebody homeless, hungry, and something, I'm gonna call him up. I'm gonna say, I got this person right here, right now. You send somebody. I'll send somebody from the Law Dogs. Pick this person up, get them in a house, get them a shower, get them food, get them taken care of right now, and then we'll worry about their future, because that's what I'm going to do. If I hear of somebody's child being taken by Department of Human Services and somebody wants me to get them back, baby, I'm on it like stink on crap. Okay. I love children. And the fact that you keep a child, doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl, doesn't matter if it's black, white, yellow, green, or checkerboard squares. They have a right to have somebody that loves them. If they're orphans, they need love too. My God. And that's all we're here for. Listen, Michael Jackson, I don't care what you thought about him, but I'm on a rant, so you're just going to have to put up with it. But I don't care what you think about Michael Jackson, but I'm going to tell you this right now. He said it's all about the love. It's all about the LOVE. Okay? It's all about the love. That's all it's ever been about. It's all about the love. When I sit here and think about my dogs that passed away, the other 9 that I had before these guys, I get sad. I miss them because I love them. The spark of love is still inside me. I miss my grandmother. I miss my grandfather. Both of them, on both sides. My grandparents on my mom's side, my grandfather was a wonderful man, but he just didn't know how to show love, and my grandmother was evil. But I loved her anyway, and I learned something from all of them. I miss my dad. I miss my mom. I've missed my mom since she was 12 years old. Listen, cash cards are great to help people directly. That's right. There's probably going to be a new type of cash card. Okay. So, you might want to go around and get a couple of, and people need help in different ways. You don't want to go around handing out $1,000 cash cards to everybody, but there just might be people that need 10 of those $1,000 cash cards.
Okay.
So
but I want to give a different perspective. And so here's something, and you can all write this down, okay? Your creativity is the most powerful thing that you have. So I want you to write down my version of the QFS, right? You write down your version. What version do you want to see? Because that is the key to shifting further along the energy dynamic cycle, okay? Wow, that's a very loud buzzing sound. So, this is my idea of the QFS. I probably said it before, but it's really, really, really important. Okay, you want it to be something the humans can't touch, right? It's sentient. It's AI. It's self-aware, right? It has the human algorithm inputted where it says, I have the human's interest at heart. That's key. You want to visualize that. You want to see how it plays out, because you want that to be your greatest advocate, even if you go in to see a credit union or bank. Why? Because it pays attention. It understands that your sovereignty, your abundance should never be hijacked. So what happens? And I said it before, and probably some of you have read it on Chance's chat too. These people will get a black mark. That black mark is a terrible stigmata to have. It puts you below the status of human. It really does. If you don't think there are worlds that have that, to where you're put in a category, it never goes away, just so you know. It's stuck there. As a reminder, black mark against you because you try to be a thief to your fellow equal part human. Doesn't matter. It stays with you. The more you have, you fall out of society. No one will ever want to deal with you. No one will ever want to be around you. It's like Credit Karma, but at a higher level. And the system is unbiased. This is a future that will come to pass and that I have seen for the humans. It really does pay attention. You don't have to worry about the hacking. You don't have to worry about someone selling your information because there are no third parties. There's no call centers. So again, you pick your QFS future now that you want to see and for your children to see. Okay? So a lot of these things are not going to be viable or here. And someone asked me if I've been to other planets. I have memory of being to multiple planets from my higher self. I have memory in an avatar, a Mario suit, my favorite one, not getting along with Federation members or having arguments and dealing with different races. It's a beautiful experience. It's all there. I was like, and again, your heaven-like state is no Mario suit, nothing, no body. You just be the love. Oh, and I wanted to give this important thing to consider. So what a lot of people don't understand is the dark, these evil people, they have love too. It's just not the same kind of love. Think about it, the mirrored concept. They love being in power. They love taking power away from you. It is love, but it's just not the kind of love that you embody. Theirs is disingenuous, but it's still love. It is the opposite. That just goes to show you how powerful your creator is. We want the love of light. We want the love of preparedness. They want their version, which is to take, to usurp, to dominate. It's still love. It's just a variant concepts. They love keeping their bloodlines tight and clean, only for them. No outside, takers. Different concepts, different ethics. You're going to come to a point on your journey, whether it's in this game board or the next game board, that it's all valid, that none of it is wrong. Yeah, hard concept to swallow, but you picked it, right? The best part is you picked your side. So you wanted to be the light, to see the hot mess, so you can take from that dark side what you do like about it, what you don't like about it, and then make it your own. And to learn to stay away from it or navigate it.
Brian, I'm going to take that as your final thoughts because I think that was pretty darn good. And guys, I'm going to give you my final thoughts right now. I hope Docg has a wonderful birthday supper. Congratulations on 28 years.
Happy birthday.
Apologies to John for everything that's gone on here tonight. And we'll try to have him back under a little bit better situation. Docg, any final thoughts tonight for you?
It's been a crazy day, crazy night. I'll just say this real quick. There was a couple friends of mine that were stranded today, and one of them worked out well. The other one I'm not sure about, but I'll keep them in prayer and hope they asked for Uber rides. Nobody was around. I couldn't do anything because I'm coming to this show. My wife doesn't know how to drive where she's located, so I feel bad for that. But I'm hoping God took care of the situation somehow, some way, and not leave people stranded. And I felt really bad about that. So I was torn. And when you're a person like me and you're trying to be a people pleaser, you get torn in situations like that and you just don't know what to do. And you've got to follow through whatever commitment you make. Sometimes you have to adjust it. Sometimes you have to find a way around it. But I always try to stay true to what I'm supposed to do. And I just want to tell people, if you just stay straight with what you need to do, just follow that path. And God will guide you. And that's what I do. And that's what I did. So
We appreciate you, Doc. We really do.
thank you, brother. Thank you, Brian, as well.
And we all love you, and you're a great guy, and we're glad to have you as our producer and everything. This could be the last time that I say you need to get your RV protocol papers. 319-561-0064. Cash App or Zelle. Or if you are overseas, I know you don't have Cash App or Zelle. So here's what you need to do is send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com. I will send you a link to wise.com where you can make your $50 love offering, and I will then send you the RV protocol papers to you by email immediately. I mean, within if you send it now, it's going to be done within 10 minutes. Okay. Listen, next week's show is going to be on the regular time. We're going to get out of here so Docg can go have a very well-deserved birthday supper. I almost said Christmas. Birthday supper with his family and celebrating 28 years. And how many years of marriage? 33, did you say?
33 years, yeah.
And it's a lot of things to celebrate in your life, brother.
And in the radio station, 28 years.
You're blessed. And guys, I appreciate your comments down here below. I really do. And if everybody doesn't think that we're not getting screwed with in one way or another, you are absolutely wrong. But that's all right. We will overcome. We will bear whatever burdens we have to bear to get to the finish line. And we're all going to get there together. And I love all of you guys. So have a good night. I'm Chance McFadden. And we'll see you next week on HamiltonRadio.net, Chance's Chat. And I'll be live Saturday at 2 o'clock on Telegram, Chance's live chat group. And that's Sunday, not Saturday. Sunday, 2 p.m. Chance's live chat group on Telegram. And I will be live Tuesday. We're going to have more updates, and we may even have 800 numbers. Who knows? God bless you. Y'all come back now, here.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.